Hello, my name is Rachel Elder. I am a licensed mental health counselor in Washington State, seeing clients in Washington, primarily virtual, although I do one day a week in West Seattle. And I am the owner as well as one of the therapists at Connected Couples Counseling. And so we are doing these videos for our practice to let you know who we are, get to know us a little bit before scheduling a consultation call, and just to understand our backgrounds and our focuses. So today I'm going to introduce you to me. So I have been a therapist now since 2017. So whenever you're watching this, probably at this point it's 2024, 7 years into the career as a therapist. I went straight from undergrad to graduate school, straight into the field. It took me about 8 years to finish school. And I actually began working with children and adolescents as I began my career with my internship and worked a few years in community mental health. Eventually, I worked for a small group practice in the area, working with gifted individuals for a period of time, and then eventually opened up my own private practice after having my little one in 2020. Quickly shut down after being open for a month in person due to COVID, and I have been working and specializing in couples since 2020. A little bit about my journey since I started with children and adolescents. I actually thought I was going to go work in a college setting during my internship, and it totally pivoted my path when I met with another therapist and kind of decided I wanted to apply to that internship site, which started working with young adults, high schoolers, middle school was kind of my specialty, and I loved that work. However, in every setting I was, up until I started my practice working with couples, I kept asking, can I work with some couples? Is that possible here? And the settings I was in just weren't really conducive. That wasn't what they were marketing. That's not what they were known for. And so as I was in my pregnancy, I knew that I really wanted to have more opportunities to work with couples. So I spent my pregnancy growing a human as well as growing my mind and my education and my skill set to work with couples. And then I opened my practice and began that work. Now there's myself and another team member, and we are bringing on an intern in 2025 to really continue to specialize in working with couples. Myself, I am trained in the Gottman method. I use Imago relationship therapy as well with the work I do with couples, and I bring in a huge focus on attachment. Where did we come from? What do we learn about relationships from our family or those who were caregiving for us growing up? And how do those attachment styles, those attachment stories show up in our current relationship with our partners who we're dating, even processing the relationships we've had prior? That's a huge focus of what I love to bring into the work that I do with couples, and it's just constantly infused in the direction I'm going. In addition to kind of those modalities and focuses, I love working with couples who, for a variety of reasons, premarital all the way to long-term, maybe even 30, 40, 50 years of marriage. But what I find I work with the most are somewhat people similar to my stage of life. You are in your career journey, parenting journey, identity development, who you and your partner were when you first started dating or got married has changed and evolved as it's meant to, but you're struggling to figure out, who am I, who are you, who are we together, and how do we get back on course for feeling alive and joy and happiness, satisfaction together, because where we're at right now, it doesn't feel that way. We don't think it's impossible, but we are stuck. We have the here we go again conversations that really don't allow us to connect, and we are looking for tools and skills and ways to really get back on the same page, to be moving towards that relationship vision and dream that we set out to have, and to keep learning how it's evolving and growing together. One of my favorite quotes, you can see it on the website, you can see it in videos I've done, is from Esther Perel, where she says, we are all going to be married multiple times, some of us to the same person and some of us to different people. And I love that because we are meant to grow and change and evolve as individuals and as partners. And I don't think that gets taught enough, preached enough, shared enough with couples, that who you were when you first met, you aren't meant to still be those people. The core parts of yourself are still alive and present, but you are growing. You are trying new things. You are learning new things. You go through life transitions, hardships that shape and rewire and restructure who you are. And I love working with couples who want to reattach, develop secure attachment, and rewire together to know who one another is and to grow better together. So when clients work with me, I am a trial and error therapist. I have the education, I have the structures and the formats, but I'm really focused on figuring out what works for your relationship. I know what works for mine, and I know how we continue to grow and change, but I don't want to assume that what I'm doing in my marriage is going to work for yours. I really want to learn who you both are, what you both need, and be really creative, thinking out of the box, and trying things to see what's going to work for your relationship formula. So while I pull in the Gottman education and Imago therapy education and tools, skills, I do that a lot in session, communication frameworks, conflict frameworks, I bring those in, but then in my approach, I'm seeing, how does this fit you? How does this work for you two? Does it work? If it doesn't work, that's fine. We're going to throw that to the side and we are going to personalize your relationship strategy, your relationship toolbox. I love couples work. I'm committed to it. I can't stop learning about it. I've always got a pile of books. I'm a hopeless romantic. I love the romance movies, the rom-coms. I love finding ways that couples can grow better together. I have a lofty goal of wanting to change the divorce statistic. I don't know if that's going to be a huge reality to see that number go down during my time, but I am focused on one couple at a time, trying to find ways for you to redevelop, regrow, reconnect, and change that statistic. Or the other piece that we do in our practice is discernment counseling, which are for couples on the brink of, do we want to stay together or do we not? And while that work is really tender, it's really hard, I do take great honor in walking couples through really thinking through what is the wisest step for them individually and relationally. And if that is that the relationship cannot continue forward, my hope then is how to consciously uncouple you, to do it in a healthier way so that there is healing and repair for both of you that can go into the next relationship you might find yourself in. I really am passionate about helping people have healthy relationships, intimately, family-wise, as they move apart in relationships, but really ensuring that people are choosing healthier approaches to communicating, managing conflict, connection, boundary setting, vision setting. I want more health in our world and relationships. I want to be a teacher, a coach, an educator, and I want to be creative in that approach. So that's me. That's who I am. If you are interested in working with me or someone on our team, please reach out for a consultation. We offer these just to ensure, one, that it's a good fit for us as well as you. We want to make sure that what you're seeking and what you're looking for is within the scope of our therapists, is within the scope of what we are specializing and focusing in, and to give you best clinical recommendations. We never want to be a barrier to people getting the support they need, and we are blessed with so many wonderful colleagues who are also passionate about working with couples and individuals, and we do not hesitate to provide those names when we recognize our background, our skill set, what you're looking for is in alignment, but that consultation is there for you. If you have questions about our practice, the work we do, who we are as a team, please reach out. Feel free to shoot our admin an email, engage with us on our Instagram stories, our YouTube account. We are just here to teach and learn and grow couples' relationships from our own lived experiences, the education we have, and we hope to be able to serve you or someone that you know in your life who is looking for support. Thanks.